Hey, everybody. Welcome, family members. Claire D. Coheim here. Hey, Claire D. Coheim. Hey, everybody. And welcome to Let's Be Claire About It, the show that I created so that my friends and I can talk about this life, this industry called theater life. Yes. Give me 2.2 seconds to make sure I can share this to my page and let everybody know that we have started. Today, y'all, my guest today is my new brother from another mother, Ural Grant, y'all. Yeah. I'm super excited to meet him. Yeah, as you see, my show tonight is at night. Because things are starting to open up again, I wanted to make sure that we still got a chance to hear from my friends and to make sure that we got a chance to just, chit chat with them and encourage those of you who are thinking about a career in this industry, to just consider the truth about it all. You know what I mean? So here today, again, we have Ural Grant, and he is a friend of mine. Like I put in the little notes, he's my newest family member, and I love every minute of it. So I'm excited to introduce you all to him. And for those of you who already know him, you already know what a treasure, what a jewel he is. I'm going to go ahead and share this to a few more pages. If you're already here, feel free to type in the comment section and let us know that you are a watching. So that way we can also say good evening to you and yours. As I say, good evening. All right, let's see. We say good evening, love. Good evening, Pamela. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you. Anna Grayson, good evening, everyone. Yes. Good evening, Anna. Good evening to you, my sister. And Rika. Good. Hey, First Lady Claire. Hey, sis. So good to see you. Enrica says your hair and makeup is popping. Popping. Hey. I try, my sister. This is the only time I get to really dress up. So I try to go big or stay home because I'm already home. All right, y'all. So as I said, we're going to be talking with Ural Grant. And before we do that, I want to say thank you to my previous guests who have stopped by my show before: Kanisha, Kristen, Nikisha, Kia, Noelia, Marcus twice, Jay Jerome, Amelia, Ebony, Tamara twice, Curtis C, Laura, Carl, Brianna, Jay, Justin, Vaughn, and Jamie. And today we add Ural to the fold. So thank you so much to everybody who has been here, everyone who has been a part of Let's Be Clear About It, as we went through the pandemic together and got a chance to talk about what we were going through as artists. So y'all, without any further ado, I'd like to present to some and introduce to others, Ural. Hey, Ural.
Hi, Claire. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome, Ural. You're welcome. Ural, my show was originally created for my former students who, when I taught at Overton High School, they sometimes they think that success in this industry is only given to a few. But I wanted to create this show to show them that not everyone's journey is the same. So I wanted to make sure that we get I introduced that to you so that way you know what started the show. Rika says, "Hey, Ural."
Hi, Rika.
All right, so Ural, before we get started and hear your story, there's a part of my show called Flower Power Shower Hour.
I'm so excited for this part.
You never know who I'm going to get. You never know who I'm going to introduce to you. So without any further ado, I'm going to leave the screen, but I'm going to watch you from afar. Ural, this is your shower hour. But first, Ural, hold on.
Okay.
But first, I forgot. Ural, let me see. Can you I wanted everybody to see that graphic right there. We're just kind of like popping, right?
Oh, thank you. It does look nice. Yeah. Oh, look at all the
Yes,
look at that.
our industry is always supported. Our efforts, our journey is always supported by friends and family.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give you an opportunity to hear what they actually have to say about you. Okay. All right, now you ready? What'd you say?
I said, oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right, here we go. All right, let me put myself backstage right quick.
Yeah. Oh, we can't hear.
Wait, you can't hear that?
No sound is coming. I see a
No
beautiful
sound.
face of Emma.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll do it another way. Let's see if I can do it this way. There it is. And here we go. Let's try this way.
Ural, I just wanted to take a minute to say how proud I am of you. And I want to say also, grad school does not know what they're in for. They don't know the treat that you are and how much you're going to bring to this program that you're going into. I am so incredibly proud of you. I know that you're going to do amazing things.
Hey, this is some love sent to Ural with that beautiful hair. Oh my goodness. You are extraordinary. You are beautiful. You are talented. I love your poetry. Everything about you is just oozes love and positivity and good energy. And I am so grateful to have gotten to know you in recent times. And I look forward to any opportunity that I have to see your beautiful face. You are magnificent. You are God send. You are God. You know, I believe that God is in you, and that makes us God. So you're just extraordinary, and a good essence is that pours out of you is just beyond, beyond, beyond. And what, how lucky we all are that you are on this earth. How magnificent you are. How beautiful. Thank you. Love you, Ural.
Oh,
Hello, Ural. It's
oh,
TK.
TK.
I just wanted to say that I thank the universe that we were able to meet during Jelly's last jam at the Hetty Lou. God, I can't believe it's been 2 years ago. The time seems to have flown by, even with all the craziness that's gone on. We were able to share some kikis in the dressing room, as well as some real true to life stories and real talk, as we say, and also just things that we wanted to happen in the future. And I'm so glad that you are taking the bull by the horn right now and making your future happen now. I wish you the best going forward in grad school and that you have a wonderful time. Um, I was really honored to see the work that you did in uh, Emerald Theater, and then again to be able to share the stage with you at Playhouse on the Square for the New Works at Theater Works competition. It's been an amazing journey to get to know you, sir, and I look forward to many more years to come. You're a light, you're a love, you're sunshine, you're rainbows, you're all the good things that put smiles on people's faces because you are infinite joy. And uh, I can't wait to see the what your future holds and the wonderful art you bring to life. Have a great one.
Oh,
I've known Euro for over 10 years now, and of all my friends, I'd have to say hands down, he is one of the realest, consistently human beings I know. Like, if you want the real tea hot, straight from the kettle, he gonna give it to you. And I just wanna uplift him and celebrate him. I remember after we had graduated from Wesleyan and we were both working in the city, um, one day he invited me to lunch and we met like and had lunch on the roof of the company he was working at the time, and he was telling me about some audition that he had recently gone to, and I just remember sitting there being so inspired by someone, also from Memphis, just really out here doing the thing, and figuring out how to make it work. And I think about that moment and where I am now in my journey, in my artistic career, and I attribute that moment to, you know, pushing myself to be like, this can't be it. And so I just want to celebrate you. I'm so happy to have you in my life. I'm so blessed to call you friend, and this is just the beginning.
Ural, how does it feel to hear your friends support you and love on you like this?
You know, it's a very magical and surreal and amazing feeling. And I want to thank you, Claire, for that. It really is a joy and a treat. Yeah, I was talking to a friend maybe about a month or two ago, and that is something that I'm definitely working on personally, is being able to receive love or compliments or when people, and so to see that was so timely. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I got you with the last one,
You
didn't
good.
I?
You you got me. You did. You got me. You got me. I'm so appreciative for all of
You're good, good, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Ural, I tell you, you and I are a part of a group. We meet on Saturdays and we talk about the industry and we talk about what's going on in our lives. And I honestly don't fully know your story, which is why I wanted to have you as a guest on my show so I can learn more about you. So while I was doing my research,
and y'all, tune in to Let's Be Claire about it, because Claire, she's the real deal. She's the real deal. Yes, she is. Come on, research.
come on, research. Look, okay, I dig deep all over these internet streets, honey. Okay, but like I know that you're big into theater. I know that you are also because you were a part of my show. Let's Be Black About It back in February, and you graced us with an awesome original poem that you wrote. Can you just tell us how did your journey even begin? Like, how did it all start, Earl?
Wow. Well, it all started many moons ago in third grade at Florida, Kansas Elementary.
Florida, Kansas.
Excuse me. Yes, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I think it's
Oh,
still up. Yeah, it's elementary.
okay.
Yeah,
Are you there?
really got the bug of of acting. Yeah, and from there, I just kind of really really kept going with it. Growing up, I got a chance to do some plays with Playhouse. I was one of the Lost Boys and Peter Pan, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, and where I met Monette and Tony at Circuit Playhouse
Oh,
in this play
cool.
called Blue. And so, the acting in theater has just always been a part of my life, and definitely a deep passion of mine. And I think that I'm so grateful for this moment now because I'm just now kind of getting back into it and just now getting back into walking in my purpose. And so that feels amazing.
Well, that's good. What were some of your, as a professional, what has been the hardest part of going into theater as a child? Because I don't know if you know my story. I started as an adult,
Mhm.
but as a child, I know the dynamics and the struggles are different as a performer. So, what were some of the early things you had to overcome as a performer, as a child performer?
You know what, Claire? God is so funny. God is so funny.
He funny.
He is, because it's just in this moment, literally at almost 30 years old, it's just in this moment that, some of the things I was also having a conversation with, and I think I shared this in our group, with a college classmate a few weeks ago about dreams and
Hmm.
how sometimes they don't always come out exactly how you imagine them or how you want them to, but sometimes they come out better, right?
Yes, say
And
that.
and I'm claiming that for everyone, right? The dreams that you have, they're going to be bigger and they're going to be better and they're coming to you.
Yes.
So be prepared and be ready. But specifically in this moment, what's getting me right now is that I always wanted to be a um, a child actor, like on film and television, in terms of Disney and Nickelodeon.
Oh, really?
And clearly that never happened. But it's just in this moment that, like, I guess I never considered that I was a child actor, right? I did the thing here in Memphis and I did the thing in
Yes.
theater and I was a child actor. And it's not until now that I'm just realizing that. So you're just full of the gifts and the and the gems. Thank
No, but look at it. Think about it. If you have to go to rehearsal, you have to memorize lines, blocking, you have to understand, the dynamics of a show, and you're on stage, people pay they're good hard-earned money to come see you.
you. Mhm.
You are a child actor. Now, at what level of exposure it may differ, but
Right.
you are a child actor. I didn't start in the game till I was 29.
Mm. Wow. Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
were a lost boy in Peter Pan, so that tells me how old you were. You were a baby.
Yeah. I think you know, it was a joy. It was a joy to be
Yeah.
able to do what I love to do, and it's never really been about the money for me, but, to say for someone to say, "Hey, we're gonna pay you for this," and you're
Yeah.
just going to play every day, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're having fun doing what you love to do. It was a very special, time, and I was so blessed that at that time, um, I didn't really receive, um a lot of rejection, right? And that's a very, very common part
Yeah.
of
Talk
this business.
about it.
Yeah, I experienced that later in life, but at that time I didn't receive it. So it was a very special and joyous time to kind of go from project to project, and then just kind of continue to be tapped right at that stage in life. Yeah.
So would you say some of the challenges came late? You said later in life. Like, so what
Mhm.
were some of these performance challenges?
Um, performance challenges.
Yeah.
You know, I think going into when you think about rejection, right, which is such a common aspect of this business,
Yeah.
um, I think that my time in New York was a bit challenging. Um, but by that point, like I mentioned that I'm kind of getting back. I'm, 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 but I still consider getting back. But I took a long break because at that time I was like, oh, okay, as I was graduating high school, I was like, oh, this is what I really want to do, but I need a backup plan. I need a safety net or a day job, right?
It makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, and in that, I feel like I lost kind of myself a little bit, and so I had a long detour from the arts and from performing and from theater. So by the time that I got to New York, I was rusty, or I don't know that I was quite as ready competitively for that market, because I mean, there are
It's a
many different
beast.
markets in the U.S., but New York
Yeah.
is the Don Juan, or the whatever that saying is the one of the top markets, right?
Yeah.
So experiencing that level, that challenge in regards to rejection, and seeing a dream speak on that, of just like kind of keep going for it. And and I'm a firm believer that, right, like, every no is really just an opportunity for you to get closer and closer to the door that says yes, to the vehicle with your name on it, that's going to take you
Say
right
it.
to where you have to be, right?
Say it.
So it doesn't really matter, right, how long that takes, right? Because if you're on a 30-minute Uber ride, or a 3-hour flight to New York, right, you're
Yep.
going to get there to your destination.
Yay. Look, you dropping gems. I'm gonna tell you because when I went to New York in 2018, I was there for 4 to 6 months and I auditioned at least 68 times
Mhm.
in that condensed amount of time. And so sometimes there would be one audition that I'm going to, sometimes there would be three in a day, but I was auditioning, and it can wear on you.
Mhm.
It can make you feel like you're not talented. It can make you feel like you're not good enough. When you finally got over that hump, what was it that you said to yourself? Was it what you just shared that you said to yourself? Or what was it that kept you going? Because now, I mean, you're not just performing, you're creating programs. So what was it that helped you go from level one to level where you are right now?
I think it was faith in God, right? I think I've seen some of my favorite, actors that growing up, or just in general, that you look up to. I've seen them so many times say this, and I'll add to that list of everyone else who's said it. You know, if you can think of anything else that you want to do, or that you can't, not even can do, but that you want to do it, because this is one of those things where acting, it's such a difficult business,
Yeah, yeah.
especially if you don't really know, because it's really broad too. Like, if you don't know where you want to end up, or what your end goal is for what you want to do in the business,
Say it.
then it can really mess with your mind.
Yeah,
But
say it.
but I think that, again, if this is really what you want to do, then you can't do anything else. And so that's why, when people say, if you can do something else, or if you would like to do something else, if you find finance, or whatever it might be, go do that, because it's most likely going to be much easier than this. But to answer your question, um, the faith part, right? I couldn't get rid of this, right?
Right.
It was something that, it was just like, it's kind of describable, that I keep coming back to it, or it keeps kind of gnawing and pawing, and like, hey, what we
Yeah.
gonna do with this? What we gonna do with this? Hey. And so after a while, it's so funny. I was interviewing for a a a grant, maybe a few months back, and the person who was behind the table, or on the opposite, the person I was talking to, he said, "Oh, you got a plan." I was like, "Once you live so long without one, it's about time you wake up and you go ahead and you figure it out, right?"
Say
And
it
it's
again for the people in the back,
once you
Ural.
just kind of go aimlessly, or you try to do it one way and it's not working, eventually you're gonna find your way. So eventually you
Yes.
will find your way. Um, and it's up to you to kind of take those clues in life, and tune in to kind of what the God in you is telling you, and what God is
Yes.
telling you to do, because He will always provide you with things. It's really up to us to say, oh, okay, I'm going to follow this, or no, 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 right? And so eventually it got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm going to be strategic, or I'm going to lean into this, or this keeps coming in this fashion, right? Like children's theater, or theater for young audiences, right? This keeps
Mm-hmm.
coming up for me, right? In some kind of way, excuse me, being involved with young people, whether it's teaching, whether it's performing, right? Lean into that. Why go away from it, especially if it keeps coming to you, right?
You ain't
So
never
whatever that
answer.
is that keeps coming to you, make sure that it's a good thing, right? Because sometimes, you know, you know, Satan be busy. So make sure it's a
He
good
busy,
thing.
busy.
Oh yeah, he be busy. He'll come up with some things too that come up in your way. But yeah, yeah. So I just yeah, I would say the faith thing kept me kind of guided me over that hump. Um, yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I discovered something else about you. I can't play the audio because it is copyrighted and all that jazz, and Facebook will take this off. But I wanted to show you um, something that I discovered about you when you're talking about going back to New York and feeling a certain way.
Mhm.
What does do you know what this is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's one of those bridges. I think it's like in not Central Park. No, it's not Central Park. It's like
It's actually a video of Black
oh
actress.
yes. Oh wow. Sorry, Regina. No, I know. Yeah.
And this is what's so funny and how small theater is this is all in New York, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and this girl Francesca Lee,
Uh-huh.
she's we're mutual friends.
Really?
Yes, her best friend was my roommate for my second year in Boston, and we communicated back and forth, and we were like, this is before she blew up and everything, but we were communicating, trying to always meet up through him, and then individually. And then when I saw this, I said, "You're look at you." So what was it like? Here you are. This clearly was a few years ago because your fro is a lot smaller. What was it like to be a part of this, coming back to or coming going to New York
Yeah.
and feeling the way you said you felt?
Well, I was in New York for quite a while, so I was there um, about 8 years or so, and
Oh wow,
so
okay.
yeah, so I'm much older than the young face that I give, but um, but yeah, the I think this opportunity was, just amazing. I just adore Andrea Lewis. She plug to go check her YouTube out too. Andrea
I
Lewis on YouTube.
have.
Yeah, she does amazing content, whether it's, amazing shows like Black Actress that the people are watching now, or just her self-love Saturdays. Oh, they're so
Yes.
yummy and gushy. But I actually met her at an event. I met her at an event, and she was so down to earth and so gracious. And I was like, because by that point she had already released Black Actress season 1, and I just told her how much I found her on YouTube, and I just loved her channel and the vibes that she was giving, and I loved the show. And I was like, hey, do you need any actors? And she just gave me her email email address. She was like,
What?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I was like, I emailed her, and she was not. I was about to say legit. I mean, of course she's legit. Anyone who knows Andrea knows that she's, she has a list of accomplishments outside of just being on Degrassi. But of course, that's one of the things that most people will recognize her from,
Mm-hmm.
being on Degrassi. But yeah, she was legit. She responded back, and yeah, and it was just a great experience being on set and seeing all of the other actors, and working with them, and and just seeing her hustle and her grind, because it's raised. She wrote it, she produced it,
Yep, she sure did.
she starred in it, right? She got the funds for 2 seasons, and it's no joke, doing a whole season of a web series, of that quality, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, it was a really, really great experience.
Because I thought about it like this is somebody who I've looked up to as
Mhm.
a Black actress.
Mhm.
No pun intended.
Right, right.
But this was somebody I looked up to, and to see you there, it just lets me know that greatness is there. How did you perceive yourself as an actor at this point in your life?
Um,
Because you said you were in New York for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Where were you here?
Oh, this might have been somewhere like 4 years in,
Hmm.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe somewhere between 3 and 4 years in. Um, and I think, I don't know that there was, I think it took me leaving and realizing that acting was my purpose. Because most of the time that I was in New York, you know, God was good that I got a chance to do, parts like that and do theater as well. But most of the time I had a full-time job. um,
Okay.
yeah, most of the time I had a full-time job. And so it wasn't until I left New York that I actually just really felt like, hey, I can do this and I can make it on my terms, right? And it doesn't have to
Hmm.
be, um, you know, name and lights or this, that, and the third, or, it doesn't have
Say
to be
that.
the way that I had initially thought of it, right? I had a life coach, Arnold Mangolgi, who once asked me about my goals and what really mattered to me. And I guess at that point, I had never thought about it, which is another thing. Anyone who's, I was about to say young, but anyone in general, you don't have to be young,
Yeah.
you're old, right?
Yeah.
Think of
Because young people can't play old.
right, right. But what I was about to say was that anyone who is kind of finding themselves to coming up against a wall,
Hmm.
think about what it is that you want to do, right? Because what matters to you. Because I don't think that I had ever really thought it through. I thought, oh, I want to see my name in lights, or I wanted to be on television, right? That was like from childhood. But when someone asked me the question of what really mattered to me, right? What really mattered to me was being a part of impactful projects, things that touch
Oh,
people, being a part of things that move people, right? And that started dialogue or conversations, those types of projects. And that can come in so many different shapes and
yes.
shadows, right? Like you might not ever see somebody's name on lights, but they're doing the work that is impactful or moving or touching. And then I was like, okay, so how do I move into that direction? And
Mm.
everything else will follow. And God is my witness, it has.
I tell you, because let me share this thing right here. When I got this email
Mm,
that said that the winners for the Next Wave initiative were announced, and I saw this gorgeous face right here. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And they're giving scholarships to amplify new Black voices in theaters.
yeah.
So that's writers, like it says, writers, directors, actors, and dancers. You yourself, what would, I mean, I hate to pigeonhole you, but where would you fall into this? Because I know you have a personal initiative, and I'd like to see if you are able to, if you're able to speak about that too. But
Yeah.
first, where would you say that you are in this?
The beautiful thing about this story in particular is that I fell into the acting category, and I applied or auditioned for the acting category. But once again, as I mentioned earlier, youth development and theater for young audiences always just keeps coming up for me. And so
Hmm.
Douglas Lyons, he is the person behind the Next Wave Initiative awards. And as I think I brought this up earlier, as we were chatting, right? He was the one who asked me about. Oh, he was the one who said, "Oh, you have a plan." And I was telling him, "Oh, once you live long enough and you just aim it, you'll figure it out." But um, but after I was telling him about the work that I'm doing now, he actually said, "Oh, wow." You're doing incredible work and impactful work, right? It comes back to that level of finding what it is that you want to do
Yes.
and putting effort into that, and then everything else will follow. And so he created this special award just for me. Hopefully he'll continue, next year, and the Impact Award will still be there. But yeah, initially it was just dance, acting, um,
Directing, writing,
directing, writing, and yeah,
singing.
yeah, yeah. But the Impact Award, which is what I won, um, that's where I fall, making an impact.
Oh, that's awesome because, one of the things I'm realizing as I get older in this industry is the legacy effect
Mm,
and the importance of not just focusing on me, 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 but how am I going to impact and help the next generation?
yeah.
And you do such an amazing work. I got a chance to go to your YouTube
Hi,
video.
I'm Ural, and I am an artist and an educator. And I've had the immense pleasure of working with these young people for the past 6 weeks in our Exploring Literature Through Art program,
What?
where we explored literature, created literature, and found new tools for positive self-expression through the arts.
So I'm watching this video and I'm like, Ural is teaching the next generation who's like 5 years behind him.
Around the themes of inner talents and
What
personalities.
is
In addition to
this?
reading, we
I
played
see
games,
you just
activities,
engaging
and
with kids,
exercises that
giving
not
back,
only
pouring
warmed up and
into
stretched our
it.
bodies, but also our minds. Yeah, I was
One of
blessed to be able to have a fellowship with New York City Children's Theater, and they are
Mm,
amazing. And they have helped me this past year in developing arts education programs for young people in my community of Memphis, Tennessee, right? And so this
nice.
program that, excuse me, that you're seeing now was one of the programs that I developed, and I collaborated with an organization called Knowledge Quest to create a exploring literature through art program where we kind of read this amazing book by Nikki Grimes called Words with Wings, and we dissected it, we learned about it, and it's a poetry book. And then week after week, we kind of created our own poems, right? And the purpose was really to help young people, these were middle school students, really to help them um, reach deeper into themselves, right, and find out things that they enjoyed about themselves. A lot of the poems that the students created were based off of their gifts and
Mm,
talents, and really being able to take value in their words, right? Because not many of them knew that much about poetry, but it's like, being able to, I look at the arts as also something that is therapeutic and soothing, right?
yeah, yeah.
So wide, right? I mean, my art form is theater arts, right? But there's visual arts, there's all types of arts, right? And
Great.
so there you can, it's like a almost a buffet. You get a little something from everything, right? And so this program just really helped to encourage the students for positive self-expression, and really to dive deep into knowing and valuing that their words mean something and that their words are important.
I just loved it because I watched it. I can't remember how many times I watched it, but I was like fascinated by you aren't just teaching performance, you're actually teaching them how to use art to not just express someone else's thoughts, but to express their own thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
to help give them a voice in situations where sometimes they feel like they're voiceless.
Yeah, social and emotional wellness is something that I just feel like, I don't know about you, but growing up, I didn't have many classes on social and emotional wellness or life skills, right? And how
No.
to deal with this, right? This chaotic thing that happens to you at a young age, right? And how to process it, how to deal with it. Now, I'm no therapist, so I don't want to claim like I'm teaching them therapy or anything like that,
I
but
just play one on TV, right?
right, right. The from your lips to God's ears, it's
Come
coming.
on, no.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Yeah. But but I want to make sure that I can help in some capacity to whatever degree I can to say, hey, there are ways that you can process this. And I want to be able to provide some tools, right? That I don't think that I was given, right? Or that many people, right? Because I
Right.
was talking to a lot of my friends of just like, you learn the basics, and even within the basics there's so many things they leave out.
So many. And I think about like I felt so good when I was in the arts as a child. I was always in band. I
Mhm.
played the flute, piccolo, oboe, English horn. And then my ninth grade year, I wanted to be like my sister. So I jumped into drama.
Mhm.
and I felt like I found another part of my voice. I
Yeah.
dabbled a little bit in chorus, but when I got into drama, but then the band called me back, blah, blah, blah. But then here I am, eons later.
Mhm.
And I feel like you said, I feel like part of my mission as an actor is to give the voice to the voiceless.
Mhm.
But you and what you're doing is you're giving the voiceless permission to voice themselves. And I feel like what you said is so true as in our society. I know in my culture, in the Haitian culture, we don't have this. We don't do that.
Mhm.
We don't express in this way. And from what I'm learning more and more within my own African American community, that's not something children get a chance to do.
Mhm.
So for you to to create this program where children get a chance to freely express themselves, to really use the arts, and not that you're a therapist, but in a therapeutic way,
Yes.
um, it helps to create a better, I don't want it to sound cliche, but it will help to create a better, more aware society in the future. So I applaud you. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you, was because you're doing something that I don't find too many people doing.
Yeah.
And
And
go ahead.
and what you're saying is really the goal. It really, really is the goal. I'm in the process now of developing a program for high school males, for this fall, where the middle school program was a poetry program that focused a lot on poetry and self-expression, but um, the program that I'm developing now will be an 8 to 10 week program for high school males who've grown up specifically without a father figure in their life, and using theater to help kind of unpack and reflect on those experiences and their views on manhood, right? And it's just I'm really hoping to do the same thing and providing tools, right? Because I
Mhm,
feel like
mhm.
in society there's so much pressure on young black males, right? And and I feel like oftentimes, specifically for those, like as you mentioned, the voiceless, but specifically for young black males who haven't grown up with a father figure, right? It's even more kind of difficult to
Yeah,
process this
yeah,
pressure. Um, and so I just want to create a platform and an opportunity to provide some tools to be like, hey, these are some options and these are some ways and it can be fun, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I so applaud you, and I look forward to seeing how, just like everyone said when they were giving you your flowers, brother. Just to see where you go with this, and I'm taking a note from the book of Ural, and just really focusing on what it is I want to do, because
Mhm.
when I got into it as an adult, no one told me that there were other facets that a
Mhm.
Haitian American black woman, could also venture off into. I thought it just had to be the big voice,
Mhm.
and or the judge,
Yeah, yeah,
the authority figure. But you have shown me in our interactions every Saturday, you have shown me that there's so much more that I am able to do, and that it takes is just not avoiding what it is that keeps coming at you, like you said,
yeah.
theater for the youth, children's theater, all that is just coming
Because
at you.
whatever it is that's your purpose, right? It will your gifts will make room for you.
Hey
Mhm.
now,
Your
put
gifts
me
will
in
make
E
room for you.
flat. Come on,
And
Euro.
so whatever it is that is yours, it will present itself
A to the man.
over and over again until you kind of go for it. And so yeah, so I always encourage everyone to make sure that they're tuning in and tapping in to self, right? And like what they feel that is their purpose and mission in life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So now we knew what young Euro thought success was. Be on the Disney Channel, an
Yeah,
appearance on Degrassi or whatnot, right?
right.
What does Let's talk about future Euro and
Mm,
looking back. Let's
mhm,
say you're not even 30 yet, okay?
mhm,
Let's go into 55-year-old Euro. What does
mhm.
55-year-old 55-year-old Ural want to thank 30-year-old Ural for?
Wow, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I would hope that 55-year-old Euro is able to thank 30-year-old Euro for laying the groundwork, for providing the foundation of um, work that will be sustained and
Mm.
sustainable, work that will be able to touch the masses, and work that will be able to provide a lasting impact. So, and work that will also be able to make, Ural at 55 proud, and to say, hey, we made some good investments, and we did some good things in the 30s, right? That
Yes.
set it up nicely. So good work. I'm hoping that's what he will be able to say.
I'm so glad. Look, let me tell you, when you're 55, come back to this video.
Yes.
Come back to this video because it'll be here for you, okay?
Amen to that.
Amen to that. All right, Euro, we have come to the portion of my show that's called Inside the Actor Studio. I have to find a new name for it because that's already taken. So I'm going to see Inside the Inside. That's the name of James Lipton's book.
Okay.
And these were questions that he asked his guests at the end of his show. So when I was a teacher, I let every Friday was Film Friday film, but we really learned from other actors. So we watched Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Johnny Depp. I forget who else we watched, but once my husband bought me this book, and in it has those end of show questions. So, are you ready for these end of show questions? These are fun questions.
Let's do it.
Um, they're not really, you know, I don't know what word I'm looking for. But I have to insert. I don't have to, but I choose to insert this one question that Dave Landis. You know who Dave Landis is? Dave Landis wants me to ask
Me?
everyone.
Oh, okay.
Have you worked with Dave Landis?
I haven't gotten a chance to work with him. I think he was supposed to direct something that I did at Circuit Playhouse last year, but it didn't happen. Someone else ended up directing it. So no, I haven't worked with him yet.
You haven't worked with him, and he's a very well known director in
Mhm.
Memphis. So his question is, who's your favorite director?
Wow, you know what? It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think right now I have two. Um,
Okay,
yeah, and Stephanie Shine over at Tennessee Shakespeare Company. She,
Stephanie.
yeah, she is just a ball of joy and just wonderful. And in my career, I haven't gotten a chance to work with multiple directors. And so one of the reasons that she's definitely one of my favorites is because we've really built a relationship or a rapport with one another because we worked together more than once. And so just I just love her artistic insight, and she's so giving and so kind and patient. So Stephanie Shine, and someone who else is very, I look at her, that's why I have to say two, because I look at these people very similarly. um,
Okay.
and the other is Joey Brennaman. And I worked with Joey, a long time ago. um, and we did a touring show in New York. And she just has such a kind soul and a kind heart.
Yes.
And when you work with good people, that stands out. I mean, I thank God I've gotten a chance to really work with some amazing people, right? Who all have kind hearts and kind souls. But
Yes.
but there's something special about her, right? And so it shines through, and it makes you want to be around that person. And so anyone that makes you want to be around them because of the joy or whatever they bring inside from them, it's like, oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite word?
Hmm. My favorite word.
All right, let me give you some while you're thinking about that. Robert De Niro said his favorite word was refinement. Um, Meg Ryan said authentic, and Homer Simpson said marshmallow.
Hmm. My favorite word is passion.
Ooh, I like that. What's your least favorite word? Drew Barry. I'm not gonna say what she said. Michael Caine said yesterday. I say it. Drew Barrymore said moist, and
A lot of people don't like that
I
word.
don't know why. I don't know why.
I mean, I think
And
I know, but it's like,
Stephen Sondheim said celery.
hmm. Um, least
Least
favorite
favorite word.
would be maybe a tie between regret and or inner critic.
Ooh, I know what not to say around you. Okay. What makes you happy? Let's see. Kevin Costner said being alone. And Michael J. Fox said honesty without fear. What makes you happy?
I think this is something that I discovered this past year because I'm really an introvert. And so oftentimes being by myself really does charge me up. But I found that when I'm around people that I love, right, and people that are like minded and people that just really bring me joy, like the
Mm-hmm.
group that we have on Saturdays, then that brings me joy and I'm happy, right? Because most of the time, it's like, oh, it's just people, right? But with good people, right, it does, give me some fuzzy feelings.
What makes you sad?
What makes me sad?
What makes you sad?
I think thinking about things that you can't change.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if that's really make me sad or it's one of those things where I'm just like, I don't like to do it. I don't know if that's sad. It's not. I guess there's a distinction between the two, but
Well, if you think about something that you know you can't change, how does that make you feel?
not good. I don't know if it's sad, but I don't like. I wouldn't. It's not good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe the
Uh,
not good will transfer into sadness eventually. If I
if you
think
think
about
about it
it.
too. Mm-hmm. Tom Hanks said eggshells.
Oh, so making sad. Oh, Tom. Mm.
What
You see
noise?
how we on first name basis, Tom?
Yeah, see. Oh, Tom, come on. What noise or sound do you love? Let me see. Go ahead, and I'll tell you what other people said.
What noise or sound do I love? I love the sound of um, the skillet sizzling.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, that means something's good is happening if it's sizzling, yeah. I love the sound of when you got some good food that make you wanna shimmy and you're doing the
Ooh,
that's good.
yes.
Gospel sounds, I love gospel music, and hearing the soothing sound of my mom's voice.
Oh, that's so big. Okay, well, let me see. Whoopi Goldberg said, "I'm not going to tell you," and Eddie Murphy said, "Silence." That he loves the sound of nothing. So, what sound or noise do you hate?
Loud noises. I don't like that. I don't like loud noises. I don't like screaming. I really don't like loud noises. Um, hmm. And so when I say loud noise, it's like someone's radio up just blasting for no reason or overly loud. Like why?
Hmm.
Headphones in. Let's see. What else? What else? A loud noise. Those are the big ones. Or someone just loud for kind of. Maybe they have a reason, but in my mind, I'm like for no reason.
Why be loud for? Why? Let me.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise says, well, if I'm in the P-51, silence at 40,000 feet. Okay, Tom Cruise. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. And a few more. Wh- What profession would you like to attempt?
What profession would I like to attempt? Hmm.
Let's see. Carol Burnett said cartoonist.
Mhm.
And Robin Williams said neurologist or theoretical physicist.
You know, I feel like I'm a multi hyphenate artist, right? I have many different passions and many different things that I do. And so I might see myself at some point um, designing something. I don't really know what it would be, but designing something. Yeah.
Like in clothes, furniture, homes,
Like like
sets.
maybe accessories, some type of accessory. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
What profession would you not like to attempt? And I love to read Selma Hayek's answer. She
Go ahead.
says, you know, those porta potties? Somebody has to go in there and clean them. That would
Ooh,
not be a good one.
I would agree with her. Somebody got to do it though. Hopefully it
Somebody
won't
got to do
happen.
it.
Oh goodness.
Well, what about you? What's a profession you would not like to attempt?
You know what? I am not detail oriented, and so in my time in corporate America, I know that I would not be good at finance or anything very, very detail oriented or analytical. That's not my specialty.
All right, and the
I could
last,
mess up somebody's check, child. Like,
and you know, I'd
and
be like, hey, 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 hold up
right,
now.
and they'd
Zero
be
done messed up
upset.
my check again. It's two commas, brother, two. So finally, when you get to heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Mm, well done.
That's my number one answer on my show. That's the number one answer that I hear
Really.
people say. Yeah. Well done.
I would hope that God would say, "Well done." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well
Well,
done. Come on in. As opposed to
laughing. Okay. As opposed to laughing.
right, right. That would
You trying to get up in here?
right. That would not be good.
That would not be a good one. No, sorry, Bob. Oh, man. Well, Ural, one more thing I have to ask you permission for.
Mhm.
You did usually in my shows, I ask my guests if they would like to sing or dance or recite something. But you did something for me for my Let's Be Black About It,
Uh-huh.
a celebration of blackness, black, 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 black.
Yeah.
And if you would permit me, I would love to play that for the audience so they get an opportunity to hear you at your poetry.
I would be so honored. One thing I would also love to just kind of plug,
Go ahead. Yes.
I will be doing a virtual fundraiser at the end of July. So I'm sure that Claire is going to put all my social media handles
It's
up.
already in the description of this video,
Awesome,
y'all.
awesome. So definitely,
Even your Twitter.
amen, amen, amen. Make sure you look at the Facebook and Instagram because I don't be on Twitter. But if that's so what you choose, I'll do it because I need all the help. But I'm going to be doing a virtual fundraiser sometime at the end of July. And it's going to be in support of that program that I was talking about for young high school males in the fall. So I would love for everyone to check it out. I'm cooking up something really special. So I think that everyone would definitely love to see what this virtual night of surprises will be. So definitely check that out. It'll be at the end of July.
All right. All right. Well, make sure you give us the dates because, you know, on my page, I like to post. I like to let people know where my people are at and what they're doing. So make sure you give me the dates. I'll see you Saturday, of course. Stay tuned. Stay right there. Stay right there, Ural. Y'all, if you haven't gotten a chance to even purchase tickets to be a part of Let's Be Black About It, to see Ural in his element, he has given me permission to share this with you all. So I want to share this with you. Ural, I'm going to put you backstage in the green room,
Okay.
and then we'll bring you right back. Y'all are in for a special. When I say special, I ain't even talking about a little bit. I'm talking about a special treat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, young and old, please join me in watching actor, poet, model, educator Ural Grant perform an original piece. And I loved every moment of it.
Let's talk about fear. Fear is the thing that keeps you from getting from point A to point B. It's the thing that keeps you from doing the things you ought to be doing. The thing that keeps you from walking in your purpose. It's like an octopus. It wraps you up. It consumes you. Ooh, it's icky. It's no fun. I would know. I've lived in fear. I've been bottled up, consumed, stuck looking out on the other side, wandering in desperate need of some disruption. This is it. 2020 disrupted that thing. It shifted some things. It lifted the veil. And while it did wreak its havoc and let loose its chaos, the silver lining is that it provided me with clarity. You see, 2020 revealed some things and provided a more level playing field, a wide open space of opportunity. So when I hear people say, I can't wait till we get back to normal. What's that? What is normal? Hello? We're living in the middle of a panoramic. Those days are over. That chapter's closed. I'm not picking up pieces going back there. There is where fear lives. Whatever I was doing before doesn't matter. I'm doing this now. I'm walking in liberation. I am free from your greed, your hate, your lack, your oppression, your toxic masculinity, your racism, and every other ism that is, that was. I am free. I am doing me.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. I love that so much. Ural. You are so good. Look, they are giving you an applause in these streets. They are thanking you. They are giving you so much love. Let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, I can't catch it fast enough when I'm showing. But people are just so, okay, let me see. Okay, well, you'll see it on the replay. Ural, thank you
You
so
are
much.
such a joy. This has been such a treat for me. It really has been.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Hey, Chris, good to see you, sis. Praise the Lord. Praise lady. Yes, Shirley said yes. She'd love to hear when you. Well done. Well done.
Thank
Yes. I know, Chris. Wasn't he good? Wasn't he good? And I think you were part of it too. Chris was there watching it.
you.
So yes. Now, Ural, this is the very last moment of the show. If you have any final words, any words of encouragement, or a motto that you live by that you'd like to share, I'll give you the stage.
Yeah. Words of encouragement or a model that I live by. Keep God first and always just follow your dreams. And um, I always say to take deep breaths, drink a lot of water, and stay stress and drama free. It'll erase the wrinkles. So.
That's what I say. I live by the Lord, lotion, laughter, a little bit of light.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Ural.
Thank
Dominique
you.
says, "Yay, Ural!" And Brooks, hey Brooks, that's my sister. Dominique says, "Awesome." Claire looking fierce in these streets. Girl, you know. Thank you so much. Well, Ural, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for all that you got going on. And please do not forget to let us know about your event that's happening in July so that we can go ahead and spread the word about your virtual event. Okay?
I will. I will.
All right. Thank you so much, Ural.
Thank you so much, Claire. God bless.
Thank you. Y'all, look, this is what I'm talking about. You know, when you are around people who are making an impact in society, in their industry, people who, it doesn't even matter, young, old, black, white, tall, short, it doesn't matter. When you are around people in the industry who are making an impact, not just for entertainment, but who are making an impact into society, you can't help but feel inspired. Because I know, like I said earlier, Euro has inspired me to try to do more and focus on leaving that legacy behind, so that there's another generation that knows that they can use their voice just as I have been able to use my voice. And I too love his tip. Shirley said yes, keep God first. Yes to the yes, yes. Yes, my sister. And you're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your support. Y'all, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the thumbs up, the love, and the laughter emojis that come through each and every day. I appreciate y'all, and we will see you next time on Let's Be Clear About It. Stay tuned, y'all. Bye bye.